And just kind of finishing up, you were sort of saying that Austin, which looks, I mean, if you kind of sort of describe the scene for people on the radio, it's beautiful. It's fantastic hotel, this beautiful river and trees. But yeah, you said that George Bush has a link to this place.
Yeah, well, it's the capital of Texas, as you can see from our state capitals map.
Hang on, I got one more pen. I'm going to put it in there. There we go.
And Texas, Texas is the size of a country. I believe Texas is geographically the size of France.
Wow.
Maybe it's huge. I mean, it's vast, and it's a world unto itself. But it is very right wing and very Republican. You know, they have oil and they have steers. You know, they have cattle and oil, and they're proud of it.
That's all you need.
Yeah. And Austin, being the capital of this very Republican, very right wing state, for some reason Austin is this like bastion of tolerance and progressiveness, and the city leaders are all Democrats. And I believe that Austin was the only city in Texas that actually voted for John Kerry in the last election, even though George Bush lived here because he was the governor of Texas. And what's strange though is that when he lived here, he was apparently much more progressive, much more tolerant, and a lot brighter.
So you're just saying he kind of got dumber as the years went by.
I think a lot of it has to do, because he has his ranch in Crawford, Texas, and this is a great failing on the part of the news media. Everyone, so he would bring the news media there and he would, saw wood or whatever you do at a ranch, and no one ever bothered to find out when he bought the ranch. He started running for president in 1999. He bought the ranch in 1998 under the advice of Karl Rove, who said, look, you need to be an everyman. Because he's the product. I mean, he went to Harvard and he went to Andover he went to Yale. So Yale and Andover, these exclusive New England prep schools. His dad was the head of the CIA. He's the quintessential New England insider. And Karl Rove said, the people are not going to vote for you if you're a New England insider. You need to be a good old boy. So I think that's when he dumbed everything down and became, the sort of dim-witted good old boy.
Do you think, as we're veering onto the subject of politics, at the moment in the UK, we're kind of watching Obama and Clinton slug it out, and there's this horrible feeling in the UK, we're like, are they going to cancel each other out? Is it all going to go horribly wrong? Please no. Please don't let it go wrong again.
If you had asked me a month ago, I would have said, I love Hillary and I love Obama and I'd be happy to support whoever gets the nomination. At this point, it's impossible for Hillary to get the nomination without really creepy, tricky parliamentary maneuvers.
Might happen.
But if it did, it would what you win the victory but lose the war. I hate to say this because I love Hillary and I love her as my senator. I don't know a single Democrat who's supporting her right now, because she's in the last month waged such an inept, sort of brutal and mudslinging campaign that most and Barack Obama, on the other hand, has been very steadfast, not negative, and very sort of dignified and responsible. And so it makes her look desperate and mean. And so I think she has effectively lost the support of progressives and Democrats in the States. So I have a feeling, who knows what's going to happen, but my pie in the sky hope is that she'll withdraw at some point and lend her support to Obama.
Are we going to get a black president?
I think it'd be fantastic. Well, it's also, what's funny is when you have something like Obama or Tiger Woods, like Obama, his mom's white. And so I think it's funny that you have two parents, a black parent and a white parent, and people say he's black, which is, black or white doesn't matter to me. I love the idea of having a black president. It's just funny when you have a white parent and a black parent somehow call him black.
I hadn't thought about that.
I think it was Tiger Woods or someone because Tiger Woods has a black father and I believe a Filipino mom, and he doesn't identify as anything. He's like, I'm just American. So, but if people want to call Barack Obama the first black president, by all means, I love the idea of having a black president, especially someone as smart and dignified and sort of respectable as Barack Obama. It was interesting. During the debates, he was, of all the candidates, the one that seemed the most presidential, which was ironic because he's also the least experienced. He's a first-term senator, and so he had all these other senators and governors who've been around forever. and they all seemed like petty squabbling people. And then you have this incredibly dignified man who's only spent, a couple of years in Washington.
Maybe that's why he's so dignified, because he
Yeah,
only
yeah.
spent a short amount of time in Washington.
Yeah, fast forward 20 years and suddenly he's, who knows.
Okay, and just finally, what are you going to get up to for your remaining stay at the South by Southwest Festival?
I leave tomorrow. So today I have a lot of interviews, and I get to the band X are performing, and they're one of my favorite punk rock bands of all time, and I get to introduce them, which is exciting. And then tonight I'm having a small DJ party with some of my friends who are DJs. So that's it. Nothing too crazy. Well, except the DJ party. Again, it'll just continue the cycle of like hungover, exhausted, drunk, hungover, exhausted, drunk. So
Punctuated by music.
yeah.
It's no bad thing.
Yeah, because
Thanks.
Austin, the other thing about Texas, it's similar to the UK. People here, they start drinking at noon. I had a friend of mine actually grew up here, and her grandparents, like old school Texans, they would start drinking the moment they woke up. And these are people in their 70s and 80s. And they actually had a bar in their car. Because like they would wake up and they'd have Bloody Marys, and then they'd get in their car and they'd drive to the club. But if for some reason en route to the club, if they needed... When I say club, I don't mean like banging house music club. I mean like, swimming pool and shuffleboard. And so if en route they needed a drink, they would stop and mix gin and tonics in their car. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And so everybody from the rest of the world who comes to Texas or comes to Austin for South by Southwest, they become honorary Texans, and they start drinking at noon. So there is not a single sober person or non-hungover person within 20 miles of here, I'm convinced of it. Unless you're talking about like school children or nuns. Yeah.
That's why people from London like it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed
my
for your
pleasure.
time.
Thanks.